What's going on, everybody? My name is Polo. Hope you're doing well. And today I'm about to get a lesson in boxing. Now, I am a casual boxing fan. I've watched the sport off and on throughout my life, but I am no expert by any means. My favorite boxer of all time is Mike Tyson. I'm not saying that Mike Tyson is the greatest fighter of all time. I'm not even saying that he's the most skilled boxer of all time, but he's my favorite boxer. I love his story of perseverance with his extremely tumultuous childhood, the black shoes, the infamous black shoes and shorts, marching straight to the ring, striking fear in his opponents across the ring. He was an incredible knockout artist, and he was so good that even to this day, people still will pay to watch him fight, which is crazy. I like Mike Tyson also because of his ability to consistently try to better himself. Even though he's bumped his head along the way, you know, he reminds me of a lot of things that I had to go through with a just as crazy childhood as Mike Tyson. Not to compare myself, but it's probably the reason why I like him so much. Okay, he really had to do a lot of working on himself to become the man he is today. But we're not here for Mike Tyson, although they do mention Mike Tyson in this video. I'm discovering a new boxer, at least new to me, and it kind of caught my attention because they mentioned Tyson's name in the title. And I'll read the title here. The title goes, "His knockouts were scarier than Tyson's. David Tua, an underrated KO machine." Okay, now, there's been a lot of KO machines, okay, but to compare to Tyson, I gotta see this. Let's get right into it. Let's go.
In fact, go. Advantage here. We'll see how he uses it. Two with a big left hook, and Ruiz in trouble.
Hold on. My goodness. I mean, right off the bat, body to the head.
In fact, go.
But head, body, my bad.
Advantage here. We'll see how he uses it. Two with a big left hook, and Ruiz in trouble. Tua comes right at him, Nub's right at him. Another big bomb, and Ruiz is down.
The unassuming stature of 5'10" has never been a problem for David Tua in the heavyweight division.
Yo, you can hear his punches. I mean, these are vicious.
Oh, that was Darcy. That's the finish.
I mean, did you see this guy's eye? Oh my goodness.
Never been a problem for David Tua in the heavyweight division.
Oh, that was Darcy. That's the finish.
In the early 90s, a thunderous rumble of his devastating hammers announced the emergence of a new threat in boxing's most prestigious weight class.
Has to be brimming with confidence. Another left hook.
It's amazing. I never heard of this guy.
Today, we take a look back on the Tua-minator's road to the pinnacle of fisticuffs, littered with dozens of unconscious bodies.
His height to his advantage.
Oh, these are embarrassing. I heard, like, I think I watched something. They say, like, the recovery to some of these guys after they get knocked out, they spend a lot of time in the hospital. Not everybody just can go straight home and chill. Some of these guys have a long road to recovery after they get hit, and this guy's punches were vicious.
To the pinnacle of fisticuffs, littered with dozens of unconscious bodies.
His height to his advantage. Oh, body punches early.
David was born in a small Samoan island village and shared a house with 4 brothers, 4 sisters, and 10 other relatives.
His name sounded Samoan.
After moving to New Zealand, the head of the family, a passionate boxing fan, took the 7-year-old kid to a boxing gym. Hard work in the gym paid off, and under the guidance of one of the best coaches in the country, Jerry Preston, David became the national heavyweight champion at the age of 15.
This first round. Oh, and a great left from David Tua. Good left, rocks him again for another 8 count.
4 years later, he went on to the World Championships, reached the semifinal.
Tua dominating this fight. A win here guarantees him a medal.
but suffered his first and only knockout loss at the hands of the future 3-time Olympic champion, Felix Savon.
And
I'm not hip to Felix.
the heavyweight division, that's not nearly all over. It's all over.
In 1992, the Samoan failed to move past the semis again, winning bronze at the Olympic Games in Barcelona.
Tua to get the bronze. He is just 19 years old. He will become very famous one day in boxing.
Influenced by monetary incentives, Tua did not hesitate to leave the amateur scene and go pro. His first appearance in December '92 made the audience draw involuntary comparisons with Iron Mike. The Samoan made up for his height with bobbing and weaving.
Yeah, that's that Tyson dip and punch that he does.
Who turned
Constant pressure,
have resulted in a knockout.
and needless to say, a cataclysmic blow.
That's why he's been KO'd his last 4 times. Now the left hook
Landing a left to the liver, he switched the target and went up high.
is right there.
While Tua's opponent was being taken care of, Evander Holyfield, who was in attendance, shared his thoughts.
You know, he a very explosive guy and a guy with a lot of talent and can possibly be the world champion.
During the next year, the Samoan powerhouse never saw the fourth round, separating rivals from consciousness one by one.
Never saw the fourth round.
With the left hook being the main weapon of choice.
My goodness, the way his head jerked back. We got to rewind that again. Every one of his knockouts are rewindable.
Consciousness one by one. With the left hook being the main weapon of choice.
Nice left hook and down he goes.
It's like he got hit with a hammer.
Consciousness one by one. With the left hook being the main weapon of choice.
I'm almost jealous of that kind of sleep.
Down 2. Nice left hook and down he goes.
It's been a dark round for Tua,
Goodness.
All right, here we go.
In November of 1993, journeyman Mike Acey arrived in New Zealand and ate a hefty serving.
Right hand. David catches him with an uppercut. Left hand. He's in trouble. Down goes Mike Acey. And he's able to get back up all
Got
right.
back up.
Yet, the money punch was too heavy to digest.
Doesn't do anything but nails him with a left hand. He won't get up, I don't think. It's all over.
The triumphant march continued in the United States, performing in places of boxing glory under the nickname Tuaminator. David ground ribs into powder.
I know that. I mean, I can't even imagine getting hit like that.
He's held on throughout. It would be a shame to see him go now. And that is it.
Cracked skulls with his concrete fists.
Good right hand by Tua.
Boy, wobbles. I got to admit, pretty good chin on. Oh, just as.
And mixed targets in destructive ways.
I'll take it for Tua, I think, in this second round. Boom, now that's it.
I mean, when's the last time you seen somebody hit someone so hard their head jerks back like that? Okay, the way he hits is just a force.
That'll do, surely. Yes, the referee.
On this bloody path to the first belt, he shattered the hopes of 22 people, only 4 of whom heard the saving bell.
Fight to his advantage.
Oh, big punch in front. The undefeated challenger.
Finally, Tua got a shot at a truly elite heavyweight. John Ruiz, with a record of 25-2, held the WBC International title.
Okay.
In the future, he would even beat the aging Evander Holyfield. Wow. And lose a decision to Roy Jones. But in March of 1996,
Roy Jones, another one of my favorite fighters, probably the best reflexes I've ever seen.
John was defending the crown from a rising talent with dynamite in his hands.
And John Ruiz.
The opening bell had hardly died down when Tua delivered a leaping left hook.
Reach advantage here. We'll see how he uses it. Tua with a big left hook and Ruiz in trouble. Tua comes right at him. Another big bomb and Ruiz is down.
That hook was beautiful.
This could almost be over now. Quite a bit right there. That had Tyson written all over it. The way it was.
The Tuaminator spun the windmill and pulverized Ruiz in 19 seconds, letting everyone know a new heavyweight power broker had arrived, while Tyson was honing his new skills with a female prison counselor.
International level. Here it is. In case you blinked, we'll show it to you again. If you just turned your head for a second, you missed that. Amazing.
Trying to live up to expectations, David quickly eviscerated Anthony Cooks in the first round.
And Anthony Cooks, that will be it.
And retained the strap 2 months later, brutally starching the 17-0 Darrell Wilson.
Wilson tries a right hand across the top. Tua lands a short left.
This guy was knocking points off people's IQ.
First down, Wilson. First time Wilson's ever been down.
The duel, if you can call it that, did not go past the opening frame either.
Boom.
Damn.
In December of 1996, Tua had to defend the throne from an old acquaintance, David Eisen, who defeated the Samoan in the Olympic semifinal. The champion boldly went forward in his usual style and forced exchanges.
Round three begins.
Oh,
Tua
good
shortens the working distance between himself and
Oh, good shot by Tua.
down from Ronnie Seals between rounds.
And he's getting hit every time.
Halfway through the bout, he started to get tired and eat shots.
David Izanrate.
I wouldn't want to put a hole through this.
Hard right hand by Izanrate.
A judge's decision seemed inevitable, yet, in the final portion, Tua stunned the enemy with a signature punch,
Oh, that was Dante.
and then disconnected him from the power grid.
Tries to finish.
Hey, the announcer got jokes. Disconnected him from the power grid.
Hand by Izanrate.
A judge's
Man, revenge is so sweet.
decision seemed inevitable, yet, in the final portion, Tua stunned the enemy with a signature punch,
Oh, that was Dante.
and then disconnected him from the power grid.
Tries to finish. That's the fight. A sensational fight. Punching.
Very splendid.
After nailing the hook, David unloaded a full clip of uppercuts, leaving the unconscious challenger to rest on the ropes.
He stops the fight after this sequence.
The experience of swimming in deep waters came in handy in the next defense against Oleg Maskayev, who'd later take a WBC belt and send Hasim Rahman
Where's that name from?
into the Shadow Realm.
Round 1, scheduled 12.
Maskayev displayed the distinctive features of the Soviet boxing school: distance management and an active jab.
He's absolutely
Beautiful jab.
can't seem to miss with that left jab.
Tua was applying pressure, breaking into close range and hammering away.
Number 4.
I mean, you can hear those gloves. The guy just hits like a monster.
Distance management and an active jab.
He's absolutely Guy can't seem to miss with that left jab.
Tua was applying pressure, breaking into close range and hammering away.
Number 4. Once that body comes in,
He was willing to take 2 to deliver 1.
Tua lands a good right hand. Now he's starting to pick up the pace.
A risky plan, to say the least,
Right.
but an effective one in this case.
That's what shorter fighters have to do. You know, Mike Tyson, people figured out how to fight Tyson by fighting him on the outside because Tyson liked to get up in there.
Takes a left on the hook, and another one. His eyes roll back in his head on that one. The Scarier is out.
Oh, my goodness.
He goes down, and the referee stops the contest. Bobs and weaves, just misses, throws a...
The trademark leaping left hook found its home, and the follow-up barrage closed the show.
And that punch and that one, that was over.
With 28 knockouts.
With a perfect record of 27-0 with 23 knockouts, the 24-year-old Tua was set to defend the title from the undefeated Ike Ibeabuchi. The Nigerian
This is the reason why so many fighters today avoid big fights, I think, okay? I mean, if I am 20-0 and David Tua wants to fight me, I'm like, I don't know how big is the bag.
native loved a good old last man standing brawl and would always come out on top. Pundits predicted a bright future for both, and yet no one could have foreseen the epochal event that took place in the ring that night. In contrast to the Samoans' past victims, Ibeabuchi accepted a back-and-forth affair from the outset.
Willing here.
There's that big sweeping right hand from David Tua. Ibeabuchi, though, look at this.
He threw heavy leather in close,
No secret that he should use the jab and punch.
and relentlessly peppered punches at long range.
Is that he asked him, how do you feel? Number 9.
Oh, nice.
Two-punch combination.
Ike miraculously ate the Samoan's signature strike without even flinching.
His signature punch, and he catches him again. Left hook of his own. Tua now opens up with a left hook, and Ibeabuchi returns fire.
By the 6th round, the champion made adjustments and started countering the jab with lightning-fast explosions.
And the subsequent right hands and double left hook.
The contest steadily turned into a war of attrition.
Short right hand.
This was a beautiful fight.
By Ibeabuchi. There's that right hand sequence. Right lead, left hook by Tua. 3 rounds, the double left hand.
To each attack by Tua,
Never a really like, wow.
Ibeabuchi responded with bad intentions.
Ibeabuchi and his commitment to keep punching. Oh, very.
I like his last name. I like saying it. Bucci.
Nice left.
Both were unwavering in their pursuit of victory, no matter the cost.
Says Tyson had those fast hands, and on the inside, he had blistering combinations that he
Round number 9. And now Tua. Combination at the end at the bell.
In the later portions, the crowd witnessed a style clash. The Nigerian was a sniper with his lead hand.
Wow, look at that. Proven.
He has like a gorgeous jab.
So, 16-0.
And deadly accurate.
While the Samoan unleashed fire and fury in close quarters.
And he's also strong. He's pushing Tua back often.
Here
It's too little, too late.
Look at this exchange.
Letting him go.
Tua head-hunting.
He's not landing, though. Oh, good shot.
It was Ibeabuchi.
The final round was a nail-biting experience.
Power punching. But at the end of the 11th
He's not doing that body thing that's knocked so many other people out.
round, it was the left hook. Tua lunging, looking for that left hook. Ibeabuchi still punching in combinations.
On that historic night, these two were ready to lay it all on the line for the sake of winning.
Takes all the play away.
Now they go swinging in the middle of the ring.
That's what they
Look
needed.
at this.
Beautiful
Nice
fight.
way to end it. Very
Beautiful.
active heavyweight fight.
In a span of 36 minutes, they threw 1,730 punches combined, setting a heavyweight record. Ibeabuchi kept the precious 0 in the loss column, but according to Ike's coach, was never the same again. The damage took a toll on his mental health. He started hearing voices and hiding from demons, which would soon force him to retire and face even more complications.
Why does Tua?
After losing the belt, Tua ran over a few unheralded boxers in a year.
Here comes Tua, and down goes that's it. Smoker's seen enough.
Nate Tubbs got the mother of all punishment and was turned into a dough ball.
You know what? I can't lie. Sometimes they over-exaggerate the title as far as saying, you know, oh, these are just as scary, if not better than Mike Tyson. Based off these highlights, it's spot on, okay, as far as just as ferocious.
To the canvas. It's it. He will not do it.
By December of 1998, David had earned the IBF Mandatory Challenger fight against the unbeaten Hasim Rahman with a 29-0 record.
What a tremendous right hand.
The American's corner focused on the opponent's known vulnerability.
You can beat this guy for 12 rounds with moving in his jab just by changing a little direction.
A few movements of peril notwithstanding.
Second round. Heavyweight starting to heat it up a little bit. And a right. Rahman comes right back.
The student followed the game plan, sagely banking rounds.
He's already taken a couple body shots. There's a good, I don't know if he...
Coming with looping right hand.
Everything turned upside down at the end of the 9th.
So now with the left, followed by another. And then gets right himself at the closing round number 9.
Saved by the bell. So the strategy was to box him.
Fired 3 trademark projectiles in a row. One of them was clearly after the bell. The ref basically ignored the foul. Badly stunned, Rahman came to his senses during the break, but couldn't escape the impending Pacific
Yeah, he smells blood in the water now.
tsunami.
We'll see what Rahman has left, how he responds. It's David Tua. Comes on 10. Throwing punches with reckless abandon, and Rahman is hurt. Definitely hurt. Rahman taking shots. He's about to go down. Only the ropes are holding him up. And Asimanos is going to stop it right here.
So this is what they mean when they say, you know, you can get killed in the ring, okay? Because people like that, they just They're just a different animal.
A controversial victory did not insert Tua into the title contention immediately. He had to earn it for 2 years, decimating little-known but quite respectable boxers.
Here we go.
The 21-2 Gary Bell got a belly full of knuckle sandwiches
to work against that cut
before crumbling under a shelling.
Very solid against very appear to be wobbly and defenseless against the ropes as Tua pounds him into submission, and this fight is over.
Former sparring partner Shane Sutcliffe endured 2 patented hooks.
Nice left uppercut. He caught him with that time. One of those church services in the Western Samoan people. Left hook got him. Right hand behind the ear.
But the third time's the charm.
Nice left hook and down he goes.
Hit that button.
Up is down.
Recent title contender Obed Sullivan, who lasted 9 rounds with Vitaly Klitschko, wouldn't throw the right hand for love and no money. He knew the left hook was coming.
Really big. I've seen steel girders that are small.
And it was.
Listen, if I'm getting in the ring with Tua, you know, my hand is glued to my face. It's not coming down.
Another proof that while scrapping with Tua, you can run, but you can't hide.
Right.
Left hook or left uppercut.
Robert Daniels learned the lesson and shelled up in a high guard.
I know I can't punch with this guy. I got to make him miss, and I got to counter, and I got to move, and I got to make him miss, get him tired.
David adjusted.
Oh, big right uppercut.
Champions always adjust.
The jaw by Tua. Another one.
Tua hurt him with that right uppercut.
Daniels down.
Precise uppercuts pierced through the defense down the middle, forcing the adversary to take the easy way out.
Muscular, strong David Tua pulls it on. Daniels down for a third.
Meanwhile, fans started to notice visual changes, and it wasn't just the hairstyle. While in the States, David was clearly enjoying local cuisine and
I thought it was my imagination. Like, looks like he's putting a little weight on.
accumulated a couple dozen pounds around the waist. The firepower and the granite chin were still there, although poor dietary habits affected his speed. In November of 2000, Tua faced the king of the heavyweight division, Lennox the Lion Lewis.
Ooh.
The 37-1 Brit defended his crown 8 times in a row.
Legendary Lewis. And this is why Tyson always says one quote where Tyson says, "You're nothing without discipline."
And emerged victorious from the Dilogy with Holyfield himself. Lewis skillfully used the noticeable size advantage and safely outstruck the rival from long range for 12 rounds.
Smart boxer.
As he found himself in the corner, it doesn't appear Tua has a chance.
Although the challenger's occasional successes were met with loud cheers from the crowd, the Tuaminator was slower than usual and could not find a way around the Lion's preposterous reach.
Right.
Fighting for the title, you can't be afraid to
Great reflexes.
And there's the uppercut for the first time, and it wobbles Tua. Jab, jab. This is really a great fight. Body shot. This is a lights-out artistic performance by a heavyweight champion who, for the moment, looks impregnable.
However, this defeat was not the end of the world for 27-year-old David. He was
just 27?
Still young by heavyweight standards. The Samoan returned 6 months later against a former champion, Donnell Nicholson, on a 15-fight win streak.
Let's see how David Tua starts the fight here.
Nicholson followed the already proven strategy: avoid tit-for-tat exchanges.
Misses with that right hand.
It's crazy that it took them this long to figure that out. Not to say that you could stop it, but yeah, with these powerful short boxers, they're trying to get inside. They're trying to get your ribs. They're trying to get your face. You got to fight them on the outside and outbox them. Hopefully they get a little tired.
Moved around a lot.
Beautiful jab work.
And threw straight shots.
An abrasion under the left eye. Beautiful right cross by Nicholson. Under the...
But he was no Lennox. Attritional damage slowed Donnell down.
Here comes Tua.
And made him a much easier target.
Nicholson's very fleet of foot.
Oh, he got him with the left hook. Here goes Nicholson.
That was all she wrote.
And right now, Tua has to be brimming with confidence. Another left hook. Down goes Nicholson. Joe Cortez weighs it off.
Chris Bird spoiled Tuaman's return to the title track. The awkward lefty, who'd come out victorious with Vitaly Klitschko a year earlier, was light on his feet.
Caught David with a pretty good shot then.
Quick on the hands.
A big shot, but came back with a pretty strong right hand. Nice combination again. Good shot by Bird. Nobody wants to fight Chris Bird.
And collected at critical moments.
There's a left-hand hook. It spins Bird into the ropes. David tries to catch him out again. He didn't quite catch him flushly. You see how game this Bird is?
Tua's trump card was mostly neutralized by the southpaw stance, so he had to resort to Plan B.
Nobody will take the chance. Tua's taking the chance. More rights in this fight by David. He's now a two-hit. Going to be a knockout tonight. Look at this.
Beautiful.
David giving it his all right to the bell.
Still, catching the elusive Bird was too much of a task, and the judges unanimously sided with Chris.
Damn.
The Berserker's comeback resulted in several boxers visiting neurology departments. The tough and experienced Michael Moorer had 43 wins under his belt and had previously lost only to Foreman and Holyfield. Against Tua, he lasted half a minute.
He gets in 2 body punches early.
That's saying something. Okay, George Foreman was an alien, and he those were the George Foreman and you said Holyfield, I think, and this guy knocks him out that quick.
The Berserker's comeback resulted in several boxers visiting neurology departments. The tough and experienced Michael Moorer had 43 wins under his belt and had previously lost only to Foreman and Holyfield.
And the crazy thing is, Foreman, he came out of like a retirement home, with old folks home or something like that. And he needed that money and still knocked guys out.
Against Tua, he lasted half a minute.
He gets in 2 body punches early.
The very first flurry made the poor Michael confuse the ring ropes with a mattress.
And that's what makes David Tua.
Russell Chastain endured the force of Samoan sledgehammers a little longer.
Let's take a look. It was the overhand right. The left of the body really was meaningless.
I gotta see that again.
And had previously lost only to Foreman and Holyfield. Against Tua, he lasted half a minute.
He gets in 2 body punches early.
The very first flurry made the poor Michael confuse the ring ropes with a mattress.
And that's what makes David Tua.
Russell Chastain endured the force of Samoan sledgehammers a little longer.
It might as well have been a baseball bat.
Left combination by David Tua. Let's take a look. It was the overhand right. The left of the body really was meaningless.
Opposed by the undefeated Puerto Rican prospect, Fres Akendo, Tua began with a usual bang.
Wild combination, but he is looking like Lennox Lewis. Nice shotgun jab. Big combination by David Tua.
However, the offensive spurt did not last long, and the adversary began gradually taking over.
Yeah, another tall fighter playing on the outside. I can see it already.
Big right hand by.
Firmly ahead on the scorecards by the 9th round, Akendo lost composure for a second.
Combination by Tua. Whacking right hand by Tua. Left hook by Tua. Wobbled it. Okay.
And all previous success went down the drain.
Tua. Left hook by Tua. Akendo in a lot of trouble. On the road, Tua. Uppercut. Right hand. Left hand. Huge trouble. The fight is stopped. David Tua knocks out Prezzo.
I don't mean to laugh, but the way some of these guys get knocked out silly, like that's the definition of getting knocked silly.
Composure for a second.
Combination by Tua. Whacking right hand by Tua. Left hook by Tua. Wobbled it. Okay.
And all previous success went down the drain.
Some of these guys are so strong because they say your legs are the first thing to go. Okay, he's still wobbling.
Tua. Left hook by Tua. Akendo in a lot of trouble. On the road, Tua. Uppercut. Right hand. Left hand. Huge trouble. The fight is stopped. David Tua knocks out Prezzo Kendo.
Wow.
Tua was going for the kill, but luckily the referee intervened.
This is what finishing a fighter off
You gotta
is
stop
all
that.
about.
With a resume of 42-3 in March of 2003,
42-3, amazing record.
David shared the ring with Hasim Rahman one more time. In the 4.5 years that have passed since the first encounter, the American nicknamed The Rock swept across the boxing microcosm like a comet, sensationally dethroning Lennox Lewis and getting blown out in an immediate rematch.
Lennox is a legend.
The opening portions were all Rahman, as he kept the enemy at the end of reach.
The objectivity of the bull, but
don't even look. Tua's successes were rare and spread out.
Gets his money punch in for the first time.
I like that they're showing the opponent's highlights as well, at least some of them.
And again, do physical damage with his early jab assault. Tua almost caught him.
From the fourth frame on, the Samoan upped the aggression.
Our esteemed colleague, Mr. Merchant, 3-0. Hasim Rahman. Jim, in the first
multiple punch combos had noticeable impact.
Rahman leaned over the top of Tua.
Even though Hasim answered back.
Tua's base, big right hand by Rahman. He's very confident in there.
The initiative gradually slipped from his hands.
Do the other, that right hand and then the left hook.
Tua smelled blood and kept pushing.
But he's making the point, and there's
that sweeping hook.
Half overarm angle.
In the seventh stretch, a sweeping right hand clipped the American on the chin, activating survival mode.
He's on the ropes too.
That was it.
On the ropes. And he's moving to Tua.
But it also looks like Tua's gotten some of his confidence back.
Yet he withstood the Islanders' assault.
David unloads more power shots. Big
there it is. He's got him on the ropes.
He wobbles. He wobbles.
Got him on the ropes.
Rahman recovered and even won a couple of rounds.
That's all he's got tonight. Good right hand by Rahman.
Get off him, get off.
By the end, both were fatigued to the bone. Still, Tua plowed forward like a bulldozer.
Punches by Tua, and he backs Rahman up with the right hand.
Now you got him against the ropes. You got to go for the finish. On the rope, Tua's got the chance.
Hasim saved the best shot for the worst possible moment.
End it in the closing seconds, and he's the one who goes down on a punch after the bell.
And Rahman comes over to show us.
The judges were split, and the 114-114 card became decisive. A draw in a grueling contest was hardly a consolation prize for either boxer.
As this bout is declared a draw.
Wow.
Tua went off the radar for 2 years. He fired his longtime coach and manager Kevin Barry for mismanaging his assets. It's entirely possible that financial hardship made the Samoan daredevil put on the big gloves again in March 2005.
Why else?
Either way, the comeback against Talmadge Griffiths was a hit.
You have to be a psychopath to love being in the ring.
The Tua-minator caught the counterpart with his money punch in the seventh.
It's easier talking about it than do it. Oh, and there we see the left hook.
Left hook, right hand catches him. He's got him in trouble now. Griffiths trying to hang on.
And wrapped things up in the 10th.
Puts up the right hand.
Oh, and there he's got him with the right hand.
Cracks him with a shot. Talk about conditioning. Griffiths is ready to go. Tua's in him with everything. Lance Rebels should move in and stop the fight. One left to one shot. That's it. It's all over. It's a 10th round technical knockout victory for David Tua.
In pursuit of a paycheck, he went down to scrap with anyone, so the triumphal procession through the ranks continued all the way to 2007.
I was waiting to see him drop a couple people with that body shot.
You know what I like about Montana? There's all there.
The first left hook he threw.
Despite the promises of the new promoter, Cedric Kushner, the high-profile bout versus Vladimir Klitschko never materialized. So the Samoan went moonlighting in the Moana movie for another couple of years. It seemed that his career had come to an end, until the 36-year-old Tua returned in 2009 for a $500,000 paycheck in the biggest fight in New Zealand history.
Wow.
The dancing partner in the ring was a local prospect named Shane Cameron, with a record of 23-1. David clobbered the rising star early,
The very best referees in the world.
nearly putting him out cold.
Shane's ready to go, and he's down, and he won't be able to recover from this.
Needless to say,
What a chin.
Cameron's chances of survival were slimmer than Snoop Dogg's arms.
Right hand, left hook. He's not going to last this round. David's on. He's covered. The referee stops the fight. It's all over.
13 unanswered bombs later,
Where's my check?
2 regional WBO belts were strapped around Tua's waist.
Trouble in a tightrope walker in a windstorm right now.
The reinvigoration of boxing.
I don't know who thought to give him that fight.
6 months down the road, he retained his titles, albeit in a much less violent fashion.
This is serious stalking as he goes
David has a full, confident look in his eye, like he knows what he wants to do. Look at him make a Hunanya miss.
Oh, beautiful.
The winning streak was cut short after a controversial draw in a confrontation with Monty Barrett. Although the American was no spring chicken, it did not prevent him from enduring punishment.
There's a left hook again, and another left hook that puts Monty up against the rope and hurt him a little bit. Let's see if Monty can battle off the rope. David nails him with the right hand.
Striking back.
Oh, big left hand. Monty battles back again.
And even becoming the first person to send David to the floor.
It's a bear shake. Look at this. For the first time in his career.
According to Tua himself, the feat had not been achieved prior by anyone except his mother and a couple of sparring partners.
This fight's almost in the books. It's all over. A majority draw.
Another
The
draw.
Samoan veteran took the rematch with Barrett. This time, Tua kept blocking the incoming traffic with his forehead and could hardly land a glove on the target.
He needs to back it up and get busy. Almost hits him again.
Far behind on the scorecards, he realized that it was now or never.
Now the crowd's on their feet. Can he finish him off? He's got him on the ropes. The Tua-minator.
Taunting and teasing were unsuccessful, as were attempts to chop Monty down in rounds 10.
He's going to be saved by the bell here.
Outboxing him.
Fight from not this round.
And 11.
There he's got the combination. Oh, the bell.
In the dying minutes, David mustered all his remaining strength and made a final push.
That's 1, 2, 3.
The crowd exploded with a deafening roar, celebrating
won.
their hero's triumph.
Nice.
However, Barrett played the Fury card 7 years before the Gypsy King himself, and made it to the final bell by hook or by crook.
Needs to put him on the canvas. Can't name the target. Oh, what a finish. Right now, the big punch misses again. Barrett ties him up. Well, there's the fight.
This time, the judges awarded the victory to Barrett.
Wow.
In 2013, shortly before his 41st birthday, Tua appeared in front of his home crowd. The opponent was Alexander Ustinov,
Getting up there in age.
with a record of 28-1.
That's a big boy.
The once intimidating David looked straight up slow. It became even more difficult for him to close the distance and deal with rangy technicians. As a result, he lost a one-sided decision. The bout was the last in Tua's professional career.
I will say, just as impressive as it is as him knocking people out, it's hard for people to defeat him, to knock him out to the ground. It's usually a draw or something, or a decision.
Stretched across 2 decades and 59 performances. Blessed with a chin of marble and legendary Samoan power,
Ruiz in trouble. Tua comes right at him. Another big bomb, and Ruiz is down.
the Tua-minator won 52 fights, 43 of them by knockout.
David doesn't do anything but nails him.
It's worth noting that he never found himself on the dark side of the unconscious.
That's what they needed.
Mistakes made by David's management did not allow him to get the attention like other stars of the 90s.
Right.
But his natural punching power and toughness definitely deserve a place in the history of the sport.
Fight to his advantage.
My goodness. Talk about underrated.
Tries a right hand across the top.
Nice left hook, and down he goes.
Like about Montana, this all there.
Goodness.
Tua came storming out.
He gave him an extra thank you.
It's over.
Nowadays, David is a happy family man who does a lot of charity work. In addition, he coaches the younger generation at his own gym in New Zealand.
No regrets, no regrets. I sit here today, I'm very content with my life. I went ups and downs, I've went through challenges, but challenges brings the best out of us. As far as I'm concerned, it has brought the best out of me.
Go to a man.
What's even more amazing is after doing a little bit of research and looking up like where he ranked as far as knockout artists, they don't even have him like in the top 30 or just barely there from the fighters, the likes of like Joe Louis, Sugar Ray, George Foreman, Tyson, of course. And half the people on that list I couldn't even name, but I know some of them had over 70 knockouts, 100 knockouts. So if you guys like this type of content, you like seeing me discover new fighters, new boxers on this channel, let me know in the comment section who your favorite boxer was or your favorite knockout artist in general. And I would love to discover it. I didn't see Sugar Ray fight. I seen a couple of highlights from George Foreman, and I've seen a few Roy Jones fights. I watched a lot of my favorite boxers, but again, I was a casual boxing fan, so a lot of it is new to me, but I love this. I also love that even after he retired, how he did a lot of philanthropy work and then started working with younger people to teach them the skills. With a lot of these boxers that are just straight up, I can't even say he was just a brawler because he was able to make adjustments. He also had a very, very strong chin. But a lot of these boxers who are just used to knocking people out, that's kind of how they all go out from what I've seen. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but these are fun. Okay. I got a headache just watching some of these guys get knocked out. Well, anyways, if you like the video, do me a big favor and like the video. If you want to stay up to date whenever I post, subscribe and hit that notification bell. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I appreciate your time, as your time is very valuable, and hope you have a great day. Peace.
Yeah! Look what I have created!